You have exactly 3 seconds to like and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, I'll appear in your dreams tonight. To ask for a donation for that cup of coffee, link below.
800 tons when submerged, and a maximum diving depth of 580 meters. The Viet Nam is Russia's first class of submarines equipped with a fourth-generation nuclear reactor, capable of operating continuously for 30 years without refueling. The K-561 was launched on March 31, 2017, and began sea trials in September 28. The K-561 is still undergoing testing and system calibration before being delivered to the Russian Navy. The Kremlin government plans to use the Viet Nam to replace some older nuclear submarines built in the 1970s and 80s, such as those of Project 75 Lar, Shichuka B. Anti. For those who don't know, compared to previous generations of submarines, the Viet Nam class is shorter and incorporates several improvements in electronics and weaponry. The Viet Nam is considered a rival to the U.S. Virginia-class nuclear attack submarine. Additionally, this class of ship adds 2 more vertical launch tubes for cruise missiles, bringing the total number of launch tubes to 10 compared to 8 in the previous version. The Kazan version is equipped with the latest caliber cruise missiles with 50 missiles, and the Onyx version with 40 missiles. In the future, Russia plans to equip its submarines with hypersonic weapons, specifically 40 Zircon missiles. The main weapons on the K-561 are the P-800 Onyx anti-ship cruise missile, the Caliber land attack cruise missile, and the 90 anti-submarine missile. According to some sources, Kazan and its sister ships can carry 32 caliber missiles, or 24 Onyx anti-ship missiles, along with a range of heavy torpedoes. According to the developers, the new generation nuclear reactor will be able to significantly increase the reliability of the propulsion system on Kazan, in addition to the extended lifespan mentioned above. Another unique feature of the ship's power generation system is that the main coolant piping is located inside the reactor, significantly reducing the likelihood of accidents and radiation exposure for the crew. The K-561 was also the first Russian submarine to be equipped with the MGK-600 Irtish Amphora spherical array sonar system, allowing for accurate target search at longer ranges. The ship's interior is equipped with a modern, highly automated marine electronics system, reducing the crew size to just 90 people. Earlier reports indicated that Kazan would use a fuel injection system instead of propellers. However, images from the launch ceremony show that the ship still uses the same propeller as the original version. The new propulsion system has not yet been installed. In addition to improved cooling systems, a dedicated information and control system for monitoring radiation levels has also been created on this ocean killer, which will help warn the crew if radiation exceeds the permitted levels. The Russian Navy plans to build approximately 10 Viet Nam-class submarines, including 9 of the Viet Nam variant. These submarines will form the backbone of Russia's submarine fleet, operating alongside the Bore-class strategic nuclear submarines. However, the Viet Nam is considered to be prohibitively expensive. According to a 2011 newspaper report, the unit cost of a Viet Nam submarine reached $3, equivalent to the U.S. Seawolf-class nuclear attack submarine, making it the second most expensive submarine in the world after the Triomphant-class submarines of the French Navy. Besides building a formidable fleet of nuclear submarines, the Kremlin also prioritizes countering potential threats from Western or U.S. aircraft carriers. That is why, even during the Cold War, the Soviet Union built these ocean beasts, dubbed aircraft carrier killers, including the missile cruiser Marshal Ustinov. This is a guided missile cruiser of Project 1164 Atlant, launched in 1978 and officially commissioned into the Soviet Navy in 1986. At the time of the collapse of the Soviet Union, only 3 cruisers remained in service: Moskva, Varyag, and Marshal Ustinov. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, the ships joined the Russian Navy. However, to this day, only the Marshal Ustinov remains combat-ready and continues to be modernized. The cruiser, 4 meters long, 20 8. Has a displacement of 11, 280 tons. Crew of nearly 5, and a maximum speed of 32 knots. The ship's armament includes 16 P-1000 Vulcan anti-ship missile launchers with a range of up to 1,000 kilometers, an S-300F Ford air defense missile system, and twin 130 mm. It also carries 96 mines capable of countering enemy torpedoes and submarines, at a range of 6 km and a depth of 500 meters, while the U.S. Virginia-class nuclear submarine, worth approximately $12 billion, can only dive to a maximum depth of 488 mm. 10-533 torpedoes are capable of destroying targets up to 22 km away that are moving underwater at a speed of 100 km/h. In addition, this warship has 6 A360-30 mm anti-aircraft gun mounts with a firing rate of 6,000 rounds per minute and 2 AK-31 30-mount cannon mounts with a firing rate of 90 rounds per minute at a range of 24 km. The weapons mentioned above are all capable of hitting targets on the water's surface. Furthermore, the combat component of the Marshal Ustinov also includes a Ka-27 anti-submarine helicopter parked right on the ship's deck. With a crew, the ship can undertake voyages lasting 30 days and nights, covering more than 500 miles. It is expected that all remaining Slava-class cruisers of the Russian Navy will soon undergo an upgrade process similar to that of the Marshal Ustinov, to assume the role of flagship of the task force. For those who don't know, another type of ship that can use the caliber missile is the Grimashchi frigate 5, or 3M22. The Grimashchi's design is derived from the Stergoshchi of Project 2380, highly advanced stealth warship that formed the backbone of the Russian Navy's littoral combat forces in the early 21st century. The multi-purpose escort ships of this project are designed to detect and destroy enemy submarines or surface vessels in near-shore waters, conduct amphibious landings, protect coastal areas, and escort other ships. The Grimashchi-class ships are 1 to 5 meters long, 13 meters, have a draft of and a displacement of 200 tons. The ship is equipped with 100 190 gun mount and 2 6-barrel 30mm AK-630M gun mounts. These ships are capable of carrying K-20 MP helicopters. The Grimashchi class frigates will be equipped with 8 UKSK vertical launch tubes containing P-800 Onyx or Kalib NK anti-ship cruise missiles, positioned forward of the control tower, replacing the 2 clusters of 4 KT-1A4 Uran missile launchers located midship on previous classes. In addition, the ship is equipped with an A-90 100mm naval gun, Ankit NK-330mm light anti-submarine torpedo system with a supply of 8 torpedoes, and 2 5M heavy machine gun. Grimashchi's main sensor consists of 4 active electronically scanned array AFAR radars rotating in 4 directions, similar to arrangement of the Aegis system, providing full 360-degree coverage without interruption due to antenna rotation. Besides serving the Russian Navy, the Project 2-385 Grimashchi-class missile frigate is also considered to have very high export potential, as many countries around the world have expressed particular interest in this type of ship, following a series of investments in both its submarine force and surface fleet. A series of Western sanctions in recent years has caused significant difficulties for the Russian economy. Therefore, the plan to replace 90% of military equipment, including warships and naval equipment, has stalled. However, it is expected that Russia's position on the naval power ranking will remain strong until 2030, partly thanks to its ballistic missile submarine fleet, with 8 Bore-class submarines, each carrying 20 Bulava missiles, entering service, forming the second largest ballistic missile submarine fleet in the world. Furthermore, combined with its current surface fleet, it is almost certain that no rival other than the United States can compete with Moscow in terms of naval power. The rest of the Russian Navy is difficult to predict, as the number of surface combat ships and submarines is gradually decreasing. But there is still a glimmer of hope. Moscow already has big plans for its Navy, and if they can find the funding for those projects, the situation could change. Russia's Project 3000, or aims to build a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier with a length of 330 meters and a displacement of approximately 100,000 tons, capable of competing with the Ford-class aircraft carriers, powered by nuclear energy. This aircraft carrier will be able to carry 100 aircraft, including the naval version of the 5th-generation FA fighter jet. Additionally, there is the Lighter-class nuclear-powered destroyer project, with a displacement of 17,500 of 200 mem. The Lighter-class ship resembles a cruiser more than a destroyer. It will be equipped with 60 anti-ship cruise missiles, anti-aircraft missiles, and 16 anti-ship guided missiles. The first one began construction in 2019, and 12 are expected to be in service by 2025, an ambitious plan. That concludes our exploration of some of the most powerful and formidable warships of the Russian Navy, including the Peter the Great, the strategic nuclear submarine Prince Vladimir, the nuclear submarine K-561 Kazan, the missile cruiser Marshal Ustinov, and the corvette Gremyashchi. Of all these names, which ship impressed you the most? Please leave your comments below. Now, here's the answer to the question at the beginning of the video. Peter the Great's speed was 32 knots, equivalent to nearly 60 km, a very impressive speed for a heavy cruiser. Here are some more details for the next video.